All right, everybody, welcome to All Square Golf and a Golf Clash tutorial today. Hopefully it won't be too long. Try to keep it within under 10 minutes or so. But what I want to talk about today is golf bag management, knowing the club accuracies, as well as taking a look at some of the charts that I use, and maybe you can put that into your game and into your tools, and maybe become a little bit accurate on the course, get some more tour shootout wins, and maybe even place higher in tournaments if you're struggling in those categories. If you're not, it's still nice to know as a good reminder. So why don't we start off with taking a look at my golf bag real quick. This is a rookie account, a basic rookie account that I use. And let's go with comparing two of these drivers, the Extra Mile and the Quarterback. I think what's most important you see is all these different stats. It's critical that you take a look at these stats, but you need to know the accuracy of every one of your clubs, whether it's a long iron, a short iron, whether it's a wedge, the woods, and or your drivers. So for now, we're going to take a look at the accuracy of the Extra Mile is 45 with a top spin of 50, and the Quarterback accuracy of 100 and top spin of 41. So with that being said, let's move over to a document that the first document I'm going to share with you. There are going to be two in this video. And I hope you'll find both of them to be, relevant and get some information out of this. Okay, so I created this way back when, almost a year ago when I started this game, and have honed it and understand the importance of knowing the accuracy of every one of your clubs as you move forward and you play this game. So let's take a look at the Extra Mile and the Quarterback. So as you can see, we have 234 in distance for the Extra Mile, Quarterback 214. And again, what's most important here is the accuracy, and that's 45 and 100. So what that means is, if you take a look at, if you take a look at the Extra Mile, each ring is worth 2.1 miles per hour. You're going to adjust plus or minus 5 rings, because that's from the bullseye to the outer part of any portion of that ring. It's 2.1 times 5 rings. As you can see, miles per hour to the outer ring is 10.1. If you go over to the Quarterback, which is only 1 mile per hour per ring, 1 times 5, 5 miles per hour between the middle of the bullseye to any portion of the outer ring. So you have to adjust for 5 miles. So that just makes it easier for if you're running out of time and you say, yeah, that's about 5, so I can just eyeball it. So we don't like doing that if we can help it. We want to be prepared. So then you see backspin and then the ball guide, how far that will run out after it lands. What's important here in the first column under driver, you'll see a number next to that, and that's the total aggregate roll and distance without overpower. So it's 234 in the air plus 50 roll. That gives us 284 yards that ball will fly and roll until it stops without overpower. And then for the Quarterback, you can see 214 plus 41 roll gives you 255. Okay, and we do that for the wood and the driver because that's very important that you need that distance. You want to select based off of your drivers for par 5s, par 4s, and in some case par 3s as you get in higher tours. And then for the woods, especially around the par 3s, do I have enough club and roll to get there on a par 5? So you can see that the big dog by far significantly at these low levels is the club of choice when you want to hit distance and roll. It may not be the best in accuracy at 44, and you can see it's 2.1 miles per hour per ring, and again 10.5 from the middle of the bullseye to the outer edges. This part right here was developed by, I can't even give credit. We'll just say someone at Playdemic and Golf Clash put this chart together. And it basically says, here's all the different club accuracies from 0 up to 100. And then that club accuracy is related to how many miles per hour per ring, plus or minus 1 or 0.1, and then how many miles per hour to each outer ring. So let's, for instance, 0 miles or club accuracy of 0, you're going to be 3 miles per hour per each ring from the dead center of the bullseye to the outer ring. So 3 times 5 is 15 miles per hour. Conversely, opposite end of the spectrum at 100 accuracy, 1 mile per hour per ring times the 5 rings, 5 miles per hour from the middle of the bullseye to the outer ring. And then at 50%, it's half of that. So half of between 1 and 3 is 2. So your accuracy is 2, and your miles per hour from the center of the bullseye to the outer edge of any part of that ring is 10. So very simple, but very critical to your game. So this is available for your viewing, and possibly if someone needs this document, we can talk you through on how to develop a document like this. Now, what goes with this document is the win guide. Now, what I've done, in most cases, you're going to see each ring worth 2.5, 2.4, 2.3, 2.1, 2, 1.9, all the way down to 1 ring or 1.1 ring per hour. Okay? And with it being 1, you know it's just going to be 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, all the way up to 5. So we don't even need to put a 1 in there. But to make it easier for you to do quick adjustments and quick understanding, if you have a club, let's say that's a 45 accuracy, right? And that's 2.1, so it's either the big dog or the extra mile at this point. And you have, let's say, 6.3 miles per hour. You then take a look under the 2.1 category, which is the club accuracy. You come down with the corresponding wind miles per hour that you're playing. And if it's 6.3, you would say, I need to adjust for 3 rings. You would go back to the game. You would adjust for the 3 rings, whether it's in your face, giving you behind, the wind's coming behind you, or from left to right, right to left, etc. You'd make your adjustments, take your shot. You would then put the ball spin on it, back spin, forward spin, right spin, left spin, etc. So you would use, the accuracy guide. You would use then the wind guide, and then you would go back to your bag, right, in the game and say, okay, what I need to do now is play the game, be prepared, and then, of course, manipulate the ball to spin, to backspin, to jump forward, etc. So that's just a quick tutorial on what I use, and I truly believe that you need to do some homework. And this is an iPad I use, and I guess what I want to do is share with you the, like for instance, this is the golden shot. So this is not working. Here we go. Here's the bag. So what's going to happen is I have all of my information in here, and as you go through the different holes, you can just click on each of these and it'll tell you exactly what the miles per hour is, how to adjust for it, etc. So you would then go to the different winds. You can then input 5.1 miles per hour. We're going to adjust for, a min distance or a max distance. You can do all of that. So there's Golf Clash Caddy, there's Golf Clash Caddy Notebook, there's one for Android, there's one for iOS. I mean, there are a lot of tools in the game that if you're not using this information, you have people out there that are taking advantage of these tools that are very important to give you the extra edge that you need. So I'd really consider going through your bag by club, okay, and saying, okay, what's the accuracy on the Rocket? It's 83. What's the extra mile? It's 45. What's the big topper? Well, it's 24. And then I'd make a list of all of that, get the corresponding wind sheets, put that together, so when you play next, you'll have something similar to this. This is the wind sheet, okay? Starting from 2.5, working its way over to 1.7, and then 1.8 all the way over to 1.1. And then for each account that you have, you might want to put together what we talked about, which is all of your clubs, gives you the accuracy columns, as well as what's the backspin. What else is on there? I can't remember. Miles per hour for each ring, miles per hour to the outer ring, the spin, as well as what the ball guide is. So this information can be just sitting right next to you when you're playing a tournament. And as you look at the miles per hour, you can say, okay, what is my accuracy? Each ring is 1.1. Go over to the chart and say, okay, it's 2.5. I need to adjust 2.5 rings. So that's the information today I have to share. And give me a thumbs up if you like the information. Put some comments in the chat if you want to know more, or if you want me to get a hold of you to get that information for you. I might be able to add a link with this information in there so you guys can take a look at the format and then maybe develop your own win charts as well as your own club accuracy charts. So good luck to all of you, and thanks for watching.